What's up YouTube, this is Call of Duty 4-Man 221 and I am bringing you a 2 vs 2 on Koyasan Temple, which is probably horribly mispronounced. Anyway, Fireheart is actually a YouTube guy. I'll have his channel in the description. And we fought a bunch of battles. We're fighting against 101st Airborne Division, clan here, Captain D. Winters and Sergeant M. Leroy. So this map is kind of a choke point. They call it, it's kind of like a choke point. So there's two shrines. There's that shrine right there, which is just called the shrine. And there's the archery dojo. So let's start off with my army first. I have 3 katana samurai. I've got my avatar. I've got my imperial spear units. This is an elite unit I made. You get an elite unit after they've got a lot of kills. And I've got my Rough Riders. Now this is like on small, so they normally have like 40 guys. So these are Rough Riders. I've customized their armor, and they look pretty cool actually. Let's see, where are my archers? Okay, I've got 2 Bow Ashigaru. Now my ally has Raiders of Fire, that says Unique Light Cavalry. He's capturing this shrine with his general also. He's got some elite archers. These Heaven Bowmen, Servants of Heaven, Yari Ashigari. Some more Heaven Bowmen, and so these are all his elite units. He's got Servants of Heaven. This is kind of the names he's made up for his guys. These guys are yellow, so they look pretty cool. So he's got all elite units as far as I can see. He's also got Defenders of the Sword, Lone Sword, and he's got some standard katana samurai. We have very similar things here. So what we're doing right now is we're capturing the shrines, and nothing else happens, I assure you. So we're going to speed it up. This is a really tiny battle. Our general's only got like 10 guys. So what our opponents are going to do is they're going to hardcore camp it in these woods. They make some threatening things. Maybe attacks general who's dismounted. Oh, there's a lone horse. Yes, your general can dismount. And so then I brought my avatar, and then they started shooting him. And yeah, but they brought their general back. Just a little bit of skirmish tactics right now. We have captured these 2 shrines, and now we're getting some archer bonus. Like, I would say this map is kind of, you're supposed to fight over where all our troops are on the hill. You're not really supposed to camp. And then I told my ally Fireheart that he should put some troops back here to maybe flank down the hill. And their troops are like coming in and out of hiding and stuff, so I told him to run away. So we sat here for a very long time, mostly because his troops were tired. No, it's not his archers, but yes, some of his elite troops were tired, and his general was helping with the fatigue bonus. Okay, now I think I'm starting my attack right now. My archers have been engaging with theirs. So let's get some nice close-ups of these guys. Yeah, I'm taking some pretty severe casualties, but these are his 2 units. They're all bunched up. And let's wait for someone to fall over. And then right now, I charge my general in. No, these are my Rough Riders. And I'm telling you, there were so many archers. They got opened up from the woods by these guys. So I try to withdraw them because I know that if they all die, then I'm not sure if their whole unit gets destroyed. And then he charged his general right into my samurai here. So here's all my infantry right here. Got some imperial spears. So you think his general would die, and then he's throwing in all his troops. And my ally Fireheart just had the hardest time. It was an uphill battle, and this guy's camping. He's in woods, and it was just like really cheap. So I'm gonna tell you right now, his guys get absolutely slaughtered. Now it looks pretty bad for me right now too. I've got my Lone Sword Ashigari. They're starting to rout. Oh no, wait. Those are his troops. Basically, all my archers, I've stopped pouring in fire and pouring fire on their troops. So my Imperial Spears are easy to, very easily beating these guys. And I've got Katana Samurai, but my front unit of Katana Samurai has gone absolutely destroyed. Brought my general in for kind of like a suicide charge, but it actually ended up routing lots of his troops, and because they're so close to the part of the battle map, they're just gonna run right off. Like those 24 guys half strength, they're running off. So it was a very good strategy by my general, and I'm trying to get these guys to run because they're wavering, and sometimes they'll just randomly rout. And my ally right now is having a really hard time. See how it's downhill? He does have a lot of elite troops that's gonna help, but it's really kind of, I think it's kind of cheap what these guys personally did, you know. They camped at the bottom of a hill, thought they were good, and see, this is what I'm talking about. So I kind of met my guy in the flats, but my ally got like chewed up. So I'm running all these guys to try attacking these archers, because I know these archers are gonna they're like destroying us. So my ally's army is in trouble right now. I've lost most of my army. Just got 2 Bow Ashigaru. But now we're gonna start rolling up their line with the few remaining samurai I have left. And I mean, I didn't know how many guys they had in the woods, but all our kind of emblem things look alike. And then my general dies here, so I'm charging all my troops in, and it's gonna get pretty dicey right here. He's targeting my archers, so I've got 1 of my Imperial Spears and 1 Katana Samurai. And my allies' troops just did such a good job here. They were just fighting to the death. And that was really good, but then they routed. So all I've got left right now are my 2 units. I've got my, no, my general's gone. I've just got my Imperial Spears, and I've got my Katana Samurai. And all my archers are gone. Like, it's so close right now. I didn't know it was gonna happen. It was really freaky. Let's look at some guys duel, kind of. Let's see if that guy gets knocked off his horse. So basically, this is the main fight, and then his Bow Ashigar. I was right zoomed in like this. His Bow Ashigar were there, so I charged them with my guys, thinking this battle's over. And he's surrounded now by 4 units of enemies. And then right now, their general just fell. And then they all rout like that. I don't know how, but they all routed. That was just a morale shock. And my opponent, my ally, was like, holy like, I was shocked last night. I was just like jumping up and down. I was just like, that's crazy stuff. Okay, let's go back and show you another battle replay. I lost 3 sieges in a row. Let's click on this one. No, French guards. Let's see. Huh. Think it was this one. I have 2 win 12s for some reason. I think this is re-attacking. I'm not, like, I did 4 siege battles. I just want to prove to you guys how stupid siege battles are kind of in this game. First of all, as the defender, you can kind of hide your guys behind the walls and have archers shoot them, and they're kind of hidden and protected. But the attackers get twice as much money as the defenders. So let's say the defenders get 2,000. That's like 4 bow units, and the attackers get 5,000. I just think it's really cheap, and attackers can clearly overwhelm. So it's very hard to be defense, and offense it's a little bit easier. But when you're on offense, yes, it is the exact castle. So here's a little strategy for you guys, is that when you and your ally are defending and you have very little money, I suggest that one of you, like me, brings bow guards. These are my Bow Ashigaru units. They're called the Rough Bows, named after my Rough Raiders. These are kind of like their allies. Then, so my ally here, Fireheart, same guy. He has Yari Ashigari, and then he's got his elite units. I call them elite. They're veteran units. And there's my general. So we're going to use a strategy called falling back a couple times. So my archers are going to be here. They're kind of covered, looking out on the enemy. Then I've got, let's see, this is second rough bows. This is the third rough bows. And this is the original rough bow. So I've got 3 units of guard rough bow. But basically they're just bow ashigari that are awesome red. As you can see, a lot of their arrows are bouncing here, and it's very hard to hit a guy. Like, I just lost a couple guys, but if you look at their casualties right now. So if you just look, it's kind of, look at the size of their armies. I've only got 4 archers in my army, and then he's got all the he's got like 4 infantry in our generals, and they've got 4 archers, 5 infantry. This guy's got 2 archers, 7 infantry, and his general. So if you just look at, we're highly outnumbered here. It's looking pretty bad. But because we are archers and we are behind this, we are shooting downhill, and it is just devastating. I'd hate to be one of these guys right here, and plus we're elite. That was kind of cool. Look how fast these guys reload. It's kind of ridiculous. And they're like the peasant troops. Can you imagine Bow Samurai, which I just unlocked last night? So right here, these guys were under fire from 4. These guys were under fire from 4 units. So the third bows is heavily depleted. I'm moving my original rough bows that were deployed up here. I move them into this gatehouse, and that is going to give them a lot of protection. Like, look how they're like, the gatehouse is better than being on the wall. He's also got 2 bow units, Lavarus and bow ashigari. So he knows that I'm kind of weak right now, so he's going to rush all his troops forward. And I'm bringing my general to kind of rally these troops and kind of, I think I'm going to pull back in a second. So this is a strategy. You've got to pull back once you get overwhelmed, and one person brings archers. This is just how to win as the defender. Like, I think, like, when they have artillery blowing up walls and stuff catching on fire, it's awesome. So these guys are starting to withdraw. I've taken pretty heavy casualties right now. I've lost half of that unit, almost all of this unit. That unit's pretty healthy still. So basically that's my army, like 3 units that have all taken some casualties. My general's covering a retreat. And some people asked, well, I'm just going to explain this, that my general actually has can do archery, and I've got upgraded all this stuff. And so my general sees these guys coming over the walls and he retreats. So this is shooting at them right now. You can capture flag points, which has the fort tower shoot at them and stuff. And this guy's running. So if you just look at his army, could probably kill both of ours. Then his allies got all these guys. So what have I done? I have fallen back to this position. My actually Fireheart's general is right here shooting at them. My archers are up here shooting at the defenders. And they just took this tower, so it's no longer going to shoot at them. I do want to show you that they can burn the gates. I think they can. I'm pretty sure they can burn the gates. Ah, it's there. They're just gonna climb the walls. See, they climb with like nothing, and they're just like climbing vertical stone. Like, I don't really get that. So all his troops are starting to break now, like break through. It's looking very bad for us. My third bows have got depleted pretty heavily. And look, they're just, gosh, my bows got absolutely wrecked in this battle. So if you bring archers, you need them, but you're not going to win because they outpower you. So there goes the third bows running from the battlefield. And so do the rough bows, the original rough bows. And the second rough bows are okay, still pretty half strength now. So I've basically got in my army about 39 guys. But what I do have is these these Yari Ashigaru. Now our opponents are getting confident. They've got tons of troops. They're breaching our walls like heck. I'm like, I'm not going to lose a forced siege battle in a row. Cause you gotta perfect these, and these guys had beat us. No, never mind. The other 3 guys that beat us were brothers from like the UK. I also got a clan thing on Steam, which is, you can see where our troops are moving. On Steam, I also got a clan thing called Total War US UK. You're welcome to send me a message, French Guards, if you want an invite to it. I'm gonna try to make us big, maybe make a clan on this game. And another thing, I have a question for CA. Why did you make these like balloon things? It looks like if you shoot them with an arrow, they'll explode. Like, that's so dumb. Why would your generals have that giant thing on them? So I've just mounted my general, and he's now firing arrows into the guys, along with these guys. And we're prepping for the big assault, because he's got very healthy troops. These guys are going to be kind of beat up after all that stuff. And these guys are climbing on this wall. So basically, they've captured all this stuff, and there's hordes. I'm talking like hordes of these guys. So we've got 4 units, Yari Ashigari, some Lone Sword Ashigari, 2 veteran troops, and then we've got my Yaris and a couple archers left. About 30 archers, including our general. 40 archers, 41. And then this guy, this is actually kind of a smart move. Instead of scaling this wall, he just wants to directly scale that wall. And with my general there, I'm like, uh-oh, run away. If he dies, we're in deep trouble. They even took this tower, so now it looks really bad for us. Now I'm putting my troops here. He's bringing some of his troops over there. You don't kind of want to engage them at the wall right when they get up. That's what I thought, because they're just piling on your guys. You kind of want them to kind of get up. It's kind of counterintuitive. So my guys are starting to fight right now. And then I tell them to attack. Because now I figure, you know, that probably wasn't a good strategy. I'm saying that, like, if you have 1 unit there and 4 units pile on and they're right here, they can kind of lose some of it. And this guy's fighting. Let's see. Oh, he just killed my guy. Basically, we're fighting, and his katana samurai can easily pwn my guys. And he's got some veteran sword troops. These other guys are just called veteran. So he's got, I believe, 3, 4, 5 units of these guys scaling the walls. I don't know, you can actually blow up towers by having your guys set fire to it, and it's really cool. Meanwhile, my general's back here, firing into melee. Me and Fireheart, we could not have won this battle if the other one had not been present. Like, we're like, I'm the archers, he's the swords of the army, and that's the only way we would have won. Because when we did half and half, we lost 3 battles in a row. So rough bows, the second rough bows are now routing. He's lost some of his general. Considering he's only got 1 unit here and they're not about to breach, their main focus is here. So these awesome green and blue guys are right here, and then they're pouring in more troops, and some of their generals are mounted. It's kind of funny because these guys are green and blue. That's their elite archers, while his guys are green and blue and green. So the main part of these guys are blue. So if we look here, I mean, it looks like we're holding out pretty well. But there's all these arrows here, and they keep trying to scale the walls, and there was like never ending. There's all these guys down here. Like, I would say the strategy they did was pretty. We had a good strategy of falling back, but what they failed to do was they should have come up the fort walls on both sides and climb this wall while we were defending this breach. By not using their numbers smart, they that's just why they're taking a lot of casualties right now. Let's see, I've only lost like 4 battles online, 3 of those sieges and then 1 by myself, but I basically won all my 1 vs. 1s. Okay, we're gonna double speed right now. So basically, their guys had to climb the wall. They're tired, and I don't know why, but all these guys are dead. Maybe they got hit by archer fire, and look at all the arrows pouring in. So basically, his elite troops right here, and my Yari, so 14 guys that really, these guys actually became my Imperial spears after this battle. So then they start to breach on, or they attempt to breach somewhere. They attempt to breach on this side, but it's really too late. I mean, they should have done that a lot earlier. And I mean, if it hadn't been for his elite troops, and then whatever bow troops. Oh yes, the rough bows, the one that survived, not the third one, not the second one, but the third one. So we figure that all they've got left are archers right now. So we're charging all our units out to try to rout these troops. And unfortunately they're shooting at us, and I didn't realize these bow Ashigari were standing strong. So all they've got are 3 units of archers and a general. So it's looking pretty good right now, but then a lot of our troops start to rout. And it's not good. Is this still controlled by us? I think if that's not controlled by us, so it's shooting at us. But I don't really think these flag points matter. And there's some wounded guys on the ground. They're not dead. That guy's got an arrow in him. I feel bad. And you know, maybe they have a doctor somewhere, but not on this castle. Okay, so we're kind of gathering right behind the gates that they're shooting full of arrows here. Because we don't want to have what happened to these guys. But my ally is smart. Fireheart is very smart here. What he did was he captured this tower, so he'll start doing them a lot of damage. And also, we brought our generals out. Or that was my general. And I figured, why not? Let's just charge these archers. And my general did not get wounded in this battle. He came back after his previous injury. And then in that, I killed their general. And that was really good. So, also, we are fighting the battle here. And we're almost winning. Attack of fish calm. Okay, also at the back, these are the elite samurai that are almost done. Their archers here are about to die. Also, basically our cavalry and our infantry just massed, and that is the battle. We killed basically all their archers here. And just the final speed up.
My lord, my lord, a glorious victory.
And that's the end of the battle. It is called E4Man 221 signing off.